Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I'm recording this immediately after the last episode, just so I don't forget. We're going to have a look at the science that we got from our almost finished lunar lander. So, first of all, the science archives for the moon. Seismic scan. We got 80% of it about, just short of 80%. And that gave us 179 science, which is pretty spectacular. So yeah, that gives us 357 science, which 90 for each of these lower tier techs. So you think 90 times 3 is 270 science. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this electrics, because that'll give us a more efficient communications transmitter, because that only costs 10 per packet versus the, requires 10 electric charge, but packet size is, okay, so packet size is 1 MITS, and the bandwidth is lower, and this one has, so it basically is twice as much data for the per charge. So that will definitely improve things. And as I suspected, so there's our first inline, I think that's our first inline battery packs right there, which will be useful later. More advanced battery tech. Or we spend 160 science on an orbiter and that holds 3 crew. I don't know if this comes with EVA suits though. Really don't know. So that's an option, especially since the size, I can't tell if the seismic data is, I'll have to look that up, you know. You know what, I think I'm going to do without this aerodynamics tier for now, because, yeah, better parachute though. Let's see, capsule weight, mass 2.79, mass 4.12, so it's almost twice the mass of the previous one. Let's see, 160 plus 90. I can afford better parachutes and the EVA. This includes the research for spacesuits, but we still won't have RCS thrusters built into them. Come to think of it, we should probably get on that. Okay, well that's something at least. So for our next mission, having both that and that, we are going to do a Kerbin orbiting EVA and bring back 3 Kerbins alive, hopefully. And some of this other stuff we will pick up in, hopefully with a copious amounts of science we may pick up from that. Anyways, I'm going to cut it here because I'm not actually going to record that episode right now. I got some stuff I need to do, but I just wanted to make sure I picked out the science before I forgot to record it. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll be back in a little bit with the next episode. Hello there everyone and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. It's been a few days since I recorded that initial segment, so bear with me. I may repeat myself. Anyways, we're just going to go straight into the VAB. The plan today is to execute a series of manned missions. But we're not going to go big. We're going to start small here. We're going to do a series of progressive flights. Let's see, I wonder which one of these is better. Double-sized variant, only 50% of the structural integrity. Crash tolerance, 12 meters per second. Looks like the same thing, only heavier. Oh wait, raise mouse button. There we are. Fully deployed drag 500. I just learned something new. You hit right mouse button on a part, you get more details about it. That's incredibly useful. Live and learn. So semi-deployed. I'm trying to figure out what the actual improvement is here. I'm not sure there is one. Maybe it's just bigger. Oh well, it looks good on top of that, so I think we'll go with that for now. Alright, and then we're going to need ladders times 3. One at each of the crew hatches, ideally. Let's snap to angle. There we are. We just got to make sure that our poor Kerbal here is going to have something to hold on to, because we're going to do something horribly, horribly ill-advised. Jebediah has not come out of the tank yet. Let's give poor old Bob and Bill a break. Go to the astronaut complex and get a couple more really brave Kerbals. There's a really brave Kerbal. And there's somebody who really knows what he's doing. That'll do for now. And we'll put, let's get you in there. Your first day, you can go into this trial rocket. So the idea here is, what we're going to do is we're just going to slap this thing on top of a simple... Oh, that thing's a lot bigger. Huh. Okay, good to know. On top of a very little rocket here. And we're going to attempt to get a... First thing we're going to attempt to get is a low elevation report. Basically, the idea is I'm going to progressively pull these guys out of their capsules during flight at an inadvisable thing. But here we go. So it'll be the I think we'll call this the Icarus Mark I, and we'll see if pretty sure my Greek mythology is still semi-accurate there. So let's see, which one's got the alternator? That'll be the one with the alternator. We'll throw on, and the idea is we'll be recovering these, so we won't need communicatrons, but we do want a small ring of batteries, maybe just 4. Just enough to keep the life support up, but not enough to affect. Okay, and fins, because we'll need stability in the atmosphere. There we go. Because how could this possibly be a bad idea right here? It's also a good opportunity for me just to see what the heck this thing does when put into a less than optimal situation, right? I have no idea if this thing will even stand. So there we go. Icarus. What a good name for that monstrosity, eh? Except that that's not lined up with the crude hatch, but that's okay. We can fix that. I see it now. The markings where the crew hatch things should be. There we go. So this is just as I say, just a little flight. The whole idea of this flight being that we get up just high enough to see what happens. See what happens when some poor Kerbal actually gets out. Actually, you know what I forgot to do? Do this every time. We'll go back to the VAB. Revert to VAB. I need to set a key for gathering a crew report. Custom 1. Is there any way to I wonder if this will get me a... Well, we'll find out soon enough. We'll just put the crew report there and see what happens. This is just the learning experience. I don't know if it's going to be a crew report, how the crew reports work on EVA. This is, after all, my first time. So first thing we need to test before we actually launch is going EVA. Hatch is obstructed, can't exit. Okay. So that will not work as designed. Now we know. Oops. Well, good enough. Bob cannot get out because I put something in front of his ship window. So this right here will not help. So let's put it down. We'll move these up here. We'll move, no, we need this to be mirrored at least on two sides, because the stupid thing, this balance is bad. There's our crew accesses, and that's all the space we should need for somebody to hold on, is two sets of crew whole handholds right there. That should be balanced enough. The revised Mark 1. So first things first. Sasmon, go EVA. Yay, he's holding on to something. Crew report. How does one get an EVA report? That's what I really need to know right now. So that's how you get out. EVA. How does one get an EVA report? Well, let's see what happens when the flight's on the go. Hopefully I can do this right close to the top. Launching in 3, 2, 1. SAS, liftoff. We're going to go nice and slow. There's a nice stable flight. Whoa! I do not know what just happened there. This is all set up right. Launching in 3, 2, 1. That was kind of cool. Alright, full power to the engines. Unnecessarily high throttle in the engines. There we go. I got lots of control over this thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is not perfect, but reasonably stable. Stable enough that I can keep control over it with minimal effort. Definitely has directions it wants to go. Like every which way. Everywhere. Everywhere indeed. Alright, I think it's holding. I think I got the SAS set right now. Alright, we are launching quite nicely. Now, my biggest concern is that the Kerbals aren't going to be super muscular monstrosities, and that he won't be able to handle holding onto the ship on the outside. And he'll get ripped off by the wind. Which, Bill, I don't know who I'm going to try out on this, but somebody's going to draw the short straw. Man, I wish I had a die in here. Die. I would so roll to see whether 1, 2, or 3 tries the EVA. None of these guys look especially pleased about this thing. Alright. Well, assuming we don't want to get him out under too much throttle, let's quickly EVA Bob. And board. Crew report. I can't tell if we got anything, but back up to full throttle. We're heading for space now. I need to make sure I have enough throttle fuel left to... Actually, what I really need to do is make sure that my re-entry is not, how shall we say, too badly angled. So we're going to get an apo abscess of 150, which means I should just have to reorient this for basically a nice solid, let's see, Maybe I should turn it the other way. Well, we're going a lot higher than I had anticipated. I'm kind of wishing I had put a RCS stage on this thing. Now then, let's see. We are sort of going that way. No, no, no. Okay, that is definitely... How's our battery looking? Oh, tons of charge. Come on. Okay. Alright, back the other way. Bob, do an EVA. It's really, really freaky out there, isn't it, Bob? Okay, SAS off. RCS on. Turn for re-entry, because we need to flatten this orbit out quite a bit before we attempt a re-entry lock. Well, okay, as much as we can. There we go. Nice. Nice and wide. Nice and wide. Which means a nice, clean re-entry. Exactly the way it should be. Yeah, so minor flaw in the design of this ship is that I can't actually I can't get rid of all this junk before doing the re-entry, which would be really nice. So let's see. Bob, do another EVA here. We'll see what we can get here. Alright, he's not letting me... We're going to get back on board. I'm really not willing to let go. Okay, so we should have something over the oceans anyways. We'll get... All three of you might as well get some EVA time. Get back in. Gregden. How's it going there, bud? Not great. He doesn't look thrilled, does he? Okay. Now then, we are facing exactly the wrong way, because we need to be retrograde. Which is a bit of an improvement here. Here we are. Hopefully this is a shallow enough re-entry for this capsule. I also hope it doesn't come with a separate... I hope... You know, the other thing I didn't check? I did not check to see if this was a heat shield not included capsule. So tons of battery. Batteries are lasting quite nicely on this thing. I sure hope that's a shallow enough angle of re-entry, because it's going to come a point pretty quick here where there's not much more I'm going to be able to do about it. And we'll be ditching everything you see here and hoping for the best. That's pretty much all we can do. Well, Bob, Bill, and Gregden, if I've screwed this up, I've killed you all. I didn't even think... I'm so used to the... I had the mental blank on the heat shield. So if this thing doesn't have a heat shield, they are... well, dead. Dead, dead, dead. Dead, dead. Totally dead, dead. Alright. Well, let's just hope it's rated for this mess of a re-entry that I'm about to incur here. And hopefully this thing has enough electric charge in it to actually get us to the ground alive. At least we're coming down in the water. You know, small favors and all that jazz. Alright, this is it. We're coming in as much of a how shall we say, alright, we got to get rid of this thing pretty quick here. In fact, I kind of want to have some distance before it starts exploding and spinning. So here we go. Well, crap. That is really bad, guys. Those should not be smiles. Those should definitely be, that should definitely be fear, guys. Like, seriously, that is really bad. We could go into a death spin here. Well, oh, come on, hold it. Hold it. Just stay in angle with the... Here goes the burn. Yeah, they don't look thrilled about that, do they? Oh, thank goodness for built-in heat shields, I swear. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so built-in heat shield confirmed. The hard way. Brilliant. Yep. Just brilliant. But hopefully coming back with a nice batch of data. We'll deploy it under 200 definitely. It was under 200 when I deployed it successfully last time. In fact, it was sitting around 150-ish, so I think should be safe to deploy it now. It says here in fine print. Here we go. Okay, I think I understand how these parachutes work a bit better now and when to actually use the full things. Lovely. That must have been the surviving remnants of the rest of the ship. Not bad. For a completely off-the-cuff flight attempt, that was actually pretty good. So I think the next thing to attempt will be actually a full orbital flight, which will require another redesign of this. And it also depends on what kind of science I get out of these guys on the return. Whether just popping out of the ship and looking around was sufficient. If not, if this doesn't come back with a whole bunch of science, I'm going to have to pause the recording here and go look up EVA science, exactly how to acquire it, because there wasn't exactly an instruction manual, and I couldn't find anything that would actually trigger the report gathering. So, anyways, let's see what we got here. 3, 2, 1, bloom. Lovely, gently to the ground. Hey, I think it floats crew hatch up. Nope. Wrong side. None of this climbing out of the ship thing. Let's see what we got here. Crew report from Kerbin's upper atmosphere. Recovery of a vessel after a suborbital flight. So, if I'm reading this right... What did I get the 17 science from, basically? Oh, no, that's my total science. So I didn't earn any science from those two. Nice and steady. Nice and steady. Trying to keep her level here. Definitely wants to lean over. I have no indicator exactly why. Alright, let's... Nice burst of speed. Cut the engines. EVA. Whoa! No, no, no! Oh no, Bob. That is exactly what I feared. Well... Switch, switch. How do I switch? How do I switch? Double click? Double click, come on. Uh-oh. Oh crap. I don't even know what happened. Goodbye. How do I switch targets? I need to learn something new here. As it is... Okay, so I need to learn a couple of new things here. And I killed Bob. I killed Bob in one of the stupidest ways possible. At least we don't have to go far to pick it up. Okay, time to learn a new keyboard command. I'll be right back.